So I am back again. I am meal prepping some chicken thigh with peppers and onions, some wraps to put in the freezer. Right. So let me just say, usually my vegetables are already prepped. When I buy my vegetables, I buy a whole very large bag of onions. I prep all those onions. I prep my bell peppers in advance. So when you see me dumping stuff from a plastic bag, it's because it's already prepped. Right here, I'm making my sauce with the peppers and the cottage cheese and the nacho cheese that people usually dip their Tostitos in, or chips or whatever, right? So I have that there, and in the black containers that I showed previously were the already prepped pan seared chicken thighs. That's already pre-prepped too. I prep a lot of food in advance, so when I'm ready to make meals, it's less work for me. I'm showing you the seasonings that I'm actually putting in the sauce. Like I said, my chicken thighs are already prepped and seasoned, so of course I'm not seasoning those. I'm just seasoning the sauce, so that's the only thing that's not prepped, and I'm making right then and there. I'm cutting my chicken thighs into cubes and adding it and stirring it up. As you can see, that's yellow rice, and my yellow rice is also already pre-cooked and was already pre-prepped in the freezer. So I have those already pre-prepped, and when I warm up my rice in the microwave, rice cooked and rewarms better with steam. So I add a very small amount of water to the container when I'm warming up my rice, so, and close the container so that the steam that's released from the water that I added moistens the rice without drying it out. I do not want dried rice. I don't want that. So I need my rice to be moist. So that's what I do to rewarm my rice. As you can see, I'm making my wraps. I've already put down the chicken thighs and onions and peppers, and I'm adding the rice that was already pre-done weeks ago and was frozen into little cubes. I use little what do you call it? Ice cube trays for my rice to make portion sizes for me. So that's what I warmed up and put on there. I made my sauce with the cottage cheese and I didn't have chipotle peppers, so I put pimento peppers to make the sauce with the cheese dip, and I'm making that here. I made a good amount because I only put a little bit of sauce. So when I'm warming it up, I have it in foil because I have a toaster oven, and I will be warming it up in the toaster oven. But I have the extra sauce, so in case it dries out, I have a dipping sauce, which I also store properly so I can have it for when I need it. Yeah, so on here you see I'm adding the shredded cheese from the Ziploc bag that I already prepped. I'm going to say already prepped a lot because I pre-prep a lot of my food way in advance, because since I'm the main cook in the home, and to make sure that I can keep up, because there's several people in the house. It's a good amount of people. There's a lot of us. So what I have to make sure that I can keep up with the cooking. I prep my food. I'm putting down a light sprinkling of cheese, and I am going to sear the burritos to keep them closed, right? So that's what I'm doing here. Um, and some days I don't feel well. Either my vision goes, or my hearing goes, or my legs give out, or I feel like I'm going to pass out. Um, so I have to prep stuff when I'm feeling better. I prep stuff so I can keep up, to make sure I have food for not only myself, but also make different food for my dad, who is 79. So he will have something to eat. And my dad, he was diagnosed with early onset dementia. And that's a lot. That's a lot for me. Seeing the fact that I was diagnosed with SSS and renal cell carcinoma. My heart rate is very low, and keeping up with the demands of life is it gets challenging, to say the least. So I prep a lot of food and everything to try to help myself out. And you see how this burrito is just, and there's oil in the pan. I don't know why this burrito was trying to be difficult to release from the pan, because nothing stuck to the pan. When I lift up, it would just be difficult. But yeah, so it gets kind of challenging and everything. And my dad is the type of person that will try to help you out. However, the problem is, because he doesn't remember how to do some things. In one of my other videos, I showed a cup that was burnt, and my dad tried to warm up some hot chocolate, and he put the cup on the stove to warm up the hot chocolate and almost burnt the house down. So I tried to make sure I could keep up with preparing food for him and everything, because even though it's nice that he wants to help out, no, we need a roof. We need a roof over our heads. So as you can see here, my phone is full, so I have to cut stuff out to get these videos out. And here is what I have. And I showed you the extra, the burritos, and also I made breakfast wraps. So that's what I'm showing you here. I have a lot of vegetable in my eggs. Some people tell me that I'm eating vegetable with